marriage, where especially now in the Christian fraternity, where people have got to remain at a certain level of purity before marriage, and then the gentleman discovers 90% was not real. So I keep telling people, actually, a third date, start wanting to know what is real and what is not real. Be real financially. How many debts do you have? Yeah, especially that one.
Yeah. Daktari, wacha nikuulize, wacha nikurushie hii swali, because a lot of things happen much later in life, especially after marriage. That's when you discover, oh, kumbe, the mother that I've been thinking is my mother-in-law is actually a stepmother to my husband, which is fine, because at the end of the day, everyone, as long as there's love, it's okay. Then you discover, oh, maybe aliniambia amefika, you know, college, una discover huyu mtu is a standard 8 dropout, for instance. Are these things you need to really ask during marriage or before marriage? Because at the end of the day, si tunapendana. We are here to build a family. What I am seeing is what I have loved. Should I really care about what I have not seen in the past?
That's another question. But I say this, foundation, what is the foundation of that marriage? If the foundation is not right, if there are things that were not revealed then, they may come and bring issues. Like, for example, education level is a question that you must ask, and you must get the truth. Because we've had issues with counseling where somebody comes and says, I discovered my husband after I married, I'm a graduate, and kumbe, he never went beyond Form 4. But he's been acting
as though he has.
As if he has. And truly the guy is doing well. But the question was still bothering the lady. And so it is very, very important for, number one, ask about education status. You have also pointed out something else. There are people who will present other people who may, this could be my parents. Probably because they look wealthier or they are doing better. So you say your uncle is actually your father. And you need to be introduced to the real parents. There's another thing that also you need to ask, both sides, whether you're a man or a woman. Do you have a child? Because there are people who will present themselves like they have no children. After you get married, unapata kulikuwa na watatu mahali, walikuwa wamefichwa. Na hiyo saa hiyo, ile uchungi mwanaume anasikia, ama even a lady, and I discover you had like 2. So don't wait to get this information. This is information you asked directly and without hiding. There is also something else. Kwenyu kwa familia, kuna history ya magonjwa fulani.
Like diabetes,
madness, cancer. Those are, it may not hinder you from getting married, but it will help you to know who you are getting married to, and also to prepare yourself physically. Because that's very important.
Dr. Jane, there's something Dr. he has mentioned very interesting about introducing parents. And a lot of people will introduce fake parents, for lack of a better word, but it could be a relative. You introduce your uncle as your daddy and your auntie as your mom. Because maybe wazazi wako, they're not what you would want to represent or present to your nini. Then how do you go about that? Because there's something I said on the show one time, na tukacheka, tukadhani tu ni mchezo. But what if my parents actually are criminals, for example? What if they're in jail? What if they deal in practices that are not necessarily conventional, like devil worshipping, or like nilisema uchawi hapa tukacheka. What if mama yangu anaketingi mali na nyungu anazichapanga na ako na nyoka huko zinatembeanga, and then I bring my girlfriend and then she's like, nyoka, mama yako anachinjanga kuku za black. How? How do I introduce her to such kind of a scenario?
You know, let me first say this. When it comes to marriage, and I'll say it again and again, marriage is for mature people. It's for people who have already accepted the situations that they can't change. There are situations, Buvi, that you can change. There are situations that you do not have power to change. And so it's for people who have accepted that I'll not change who my parents are, and they will still have to remain my parents. And there's nothing worse than getting married, and then later on you realize that your spouse realizes that you lied about who your parents are. That is such a strong foundation breaker, that if it breaks the foundation of trust, the trust will shake all through your relationship. So if your mother is one of those who perhaps wakona kanyungu hapo inje, prepare her well, and prepare her for long, and let her know, me, I'm not like that. I may not believe in what she believes, but I honor and I respect her for being my mom. So when we go and perhaps we discover some funny things, understand that's my mother.
Okay.
And I honor and I respect her, not her practices, not what she believes in, but who she is.
Okay, my mother.
And my father is like this, assuming the father is in prison. Explain it long before. And let the person decide, do you want to marry somebody whose father is in prison?
Yeah.
And let them understand it's not you who is in prison.
It could be my dad is in prison maybe because he did some unimaginable crime. Maybe he killed. Maybe he's a rapist, a pedophile.
I agree.
Yeah.
But it's not you who is a rapist or a pedophile. It's important to separate yourself. And that's why the good book says a man shall leave his father and mother. It's important that you know, me, I'm detached, but they are my parents. So whatever you did, if she will not accept you because of who they are, then she was not the right one and she's not prepared for marriage.
Ngoja kidogo. I have a question for Percy here as well. So, Dr. Julius, assuming we have been in this situation before, whereby I introduced the first girlfriend in 2010 to my parents, to that scenario that we have described here, wachawi. Huyu akaona mimi huku, ninaingia kubaya. Akajitoa shua. Tukasema maybe that one was not for me. Girlfriend number 2, I introduced her in 2011. Pia yeye akaona waganga. Shua.
Akajitoa.
Girlfriend number 3. So 7 girlfriends later, yata mimi nitaficha, my friend.
No, I know, I agree what you're saying.
Hata mimi nitaficha.
Utaficha, but you're not supposed to feature your parents.
Okay.
What you may do, it's now not explain it, because not everybody, even you don't go to when you're dating, you don't describe what your father does or what your mother does to the extremes.
Right.
So when you see that this situation has happened and it is hindering your marriage, you may now know, as a man, I will introduce my mother, and because she will not do the jujus while you're there, maybe she may do later. But you introduce her as your mother, but you don't introduce her career, because that's probably her career.
Or her calling.
Or her calling
to
the kingdom of darkness. But at least let her know this is my mom. Don't tell her I expect weird stuff. But be ready that now when it comes to those, when you are married, now if she comes and discovers, then you can keep on reassuring her, because she never got married to your mom.
Right.
And there are things when you have the right standing and you're doing the right things before God, they will not affect you. So there is what we call wisdom of discretion. You mean you don't reveal everything, because you may reveal something, and as you're saying,
7 girlfriends later, we are still here trying to tell this girl, wacha nikwambie, unajua mama yangu anakuanga na nyungu kwa nyumba, inakuanga na nyoka ndani. You know,
na arogagi my girlfriends, lakini watu wengine.
Huko kwingine atarogana, lakini wewe uko safe. You understand, Pastor Jane?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I mean, I get it, and I honestly hope there's no one in that extreme position, and I'm not in that position. My parents are God-fearing. We are Catholics to the core. Now, moving on to the next point. Things that you should ask, and we have said that you should ask career, maneno za career, maneno za educational background. What if I feel like, as a man, I am not ready to tell her all these things? Because we have had scenarios here, and people have called in saying, Mimi, I've been dating this guy for 6-7 months, 1 year down the line. Hajaniambia kwao ni wapi, hajaniambia mahali anafanyanga kazi. What if some of these things are sensitive? I could be even a government agent. Are those things I should say?
No, there are things that you should not say, especially while still dating. But there are things I will say. If a person is interested in you, and this person knows this is a person I'm going to marry, one of the signs is they'll introduce you. They'll not be ashamed to introduce you to their close relatives and friends.
Okay, just hold on there because we have a call on the line. Right. Hello.
Hello, Bubi.
How are you doing, sir?
How are you? Good morning, Bubi.
Mimi niko salama sana. What is your question or comment?
So it's that wonderful couple, and you're discussing a very good topic, eh?
Yes, Kagwema.
I want to say this. There are so many things that people should know before getting married, eh?
Okay.
But the biggest of them is that you need to unearth the issues of family of origin.
Okay.
Family of origin, that is where everything stops, because that's where the secrets you're talking about are, eh?
Okay.
About witchcraft, about diseases, about what?
Yes.
And you know, in this world, it's a very big stage. People are acting. At one time, you are an actress. The other time, you are an actor. The other time, you are writing a script.
Yeah.
So people are really acting and using a lot of energy to hide a lot of secrets. So issues of the family of origin are very important.
Right.
The age of the person you are getting married to, because the age is also very important. The other characteristic, are you a firstborn, secondborn, thirdborn, the only child?
Yes.
Those dynamics affect the relationship much later on.
Yeah.
Your personality is very, very important. Okay? Are you extroverted? Are you introverted? All that kind of thing. The faith about your religion, what you believe in, okay?
Yes.
Your blood group is also very important because of blood consanguinity.
Yeah.
You might want to get donation from the blood from your partner or something like that.
Yes,
those are some
Kagwema.
of the issues people need to talk about. Your worldview. You see the world as menacing, as good or bad, and your perceptions about sex.
Yes.
Because life is about sex in the marriage. Sex. Why do you feel sex? Is it awful? Is it bad? Is it a gift from God?
Yeah.
All those things. Otherwise, kudos for what you are doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kagwema from Limuru. Let's check out WhatsApp before we respond to Kagwema. Hi, I have a lover of whom we have dated for 2 years without knowing anything about his family. He is not even ready to introduce me to his friends. He always gives me schooling as an excuse since I am still in the university. I am in this relationship, but I am afraid since only me and him are aware that we are dating. He doesn't want their people to know me.
Yeah.
Hello, K24. What if my parents aren't sure if my fiancé is the right man I should get married to? I love him. We have a kid, and I would really need him to be my man. Wow. Morning, guys. I busted a nasty dating app in my partner's phone with weird convos, and when I probed, I was told that it was for passing time and nothing more. I knew it was a lie and left. Well, let's take another phone call. David, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Bobby.
Hello, David. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right. What is your question or comment?
My comment actually came because I think this topic actually hit me.
Okay.
Because I actually got married, I think, last month.
Okay. Congratulations.
But saying of congratulating me, it happened that within 1 week,
yes,
I saw a different person from what I expected.
How did you see this difference?
I just saw a different woman from okay, we never talked through. We weren't seeing each other.
Yes.
Tulikuwa tunaongea sana kwa simu na chatting and all that.
Right.
So even when we are at tuko kwa nyumba, she's texting me. She's not talking to me.
So you're in the house, but she's SMSing you na mmeketi pamoja.
He's SMSing me.
Okay. What else have you seen different?
Like I wonder what kind of hakuna communication. I'm trying to tell her, let's communicate.
Yes.
Like talking, how have you been? How umeshindaje? There's nothing like that.
Okay.
You can even knock the door, no one is opening to you. So she left. Suddenly she left.
She left a month, and you've been married for just a month?
1 week. 1 week of a marriage.
She left. Akaenda wapi?
Akaenda kwao.
Akarudi kwa wazazi?
Akarudi kwao.
Na wazazi umewauliza mbona msichana amerudi?
Oh, we had some disagreement now, nikamwambia maybe enda nyumbani kwanza, and then we discuss with parents, and then tunaweza kuja kwenyu.
Okay, sawa David. Let me ask you before I let you go, for how long had you dated this lady before you got married?
Okay, we were dating maybe, let me say through phone.
Through the phone?
Yeah, because we were just chatting WhatsApp, we were chatting, you know, that anxiety. And now, when I told her I want to marry her, I was so, I really expected a lot from her. Like, she'll take care of me.
David,
for
how long? Was it 2 months, 1 year? How long? Before you got...
Like for 3 months.
Okay, sawa. And the wedding ilikuwanga rorasho ama harusi ya kanisa?
Even I can't just say because it's just the cute thing that we sent the wazes there.
Oh, you know. So it was the traditional one. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. Just keep on tuning in tuone kama tutaongelelea hiyo maneno yako. Hey?
Yeah.
I cut you off, you were saying something, but I feel like this one is a bit more pressing.
It is.
Yeah, could you kindly respond to that?
No, I want to tell him, this woman had never had time to talk to David as a person. The only mode of communication was via text and electronic media. And I want to tell people, I think this should be a good learning lesson, never meet somebody on Facebook, because everybody is different in every platform. When they meet you and they see the challenges in you, because even you present the best of you. When they see you face to face and they realize the challenges in you, that's when the rubber touches the road. I would like to tell David it's unfortunate. Honestly, it may not work.
Yeah.
Clearly, there are things that you can see it won't work. But it was like a fantasy. It was a fantasy between the two of them.
Really?
Yes, it was more of a fantasy. Let me be very honest. Most of this dating that's online, and within a short time, come, we leave. I've been dating you on WhatsApp. I've never seen how you chew your food. I don't know what irritates me about you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then suddenly I come to your house and you're talking and you're chewing. You get so small things that people should have learned about each other
before embarking on
before
marriage.
saying I do. There is 2 class 3 before class 1.
Wow.
So yes, it can only work if they start again class 1. And they decide, let's start counseling, let's get to know each other, let's be friends, first of all, before we become married.
Dr. Julius,
yes.
The way this gentleman has explained himself, dating for 3 months online, kidogo, wakasema, I would like now to meet your parents. They did whatever they did, na wazee, bibi akakuja sa nyumbani. Do you think, the way Dr. Jane has explained, waliharakisha maneno, was it fantasy, or is there something else this gentleman is not telling us?
I'm really shocked. How do you meet somebody online and marry them that quickly? As you say, nobody online will ever present the wrong side. Number 2, you don't even know. Online, somebody can do editing.
Yeah.
They can edit their photos.
Yeah, filters. They're called filters.
They can put filters. They can make themselves lighter, darker. You can add glasses.
Fatter,
thinner, everything. So this guy has never had one physical date with a lady. And that's the mistake some of these young people are doing.
Yeah.
So we say, number 1, dating online until you meet that person, and not even one time. We usually say the minimum time you should date a person is 1 year, because a person cannot be able to fake everything
for a year.
Now, the other thing is that, David never probably online, never expected his. Unasikia amesemaje? Amesema tu nataka kuoa. So he didn't have expectations.
Was he desperate? Do you think he was desperate?
No, I think he liked what he saw on the
profile picture.
Profile picture. Mtu amesmile, unafikiria hiyo ndio smile utakuwa nayo mpaka end of age.
Yeah.
But then the lady also, I'm very sure she must have seen something the same. Akaona, this David is a very good guy. He has a biblical name. So you learn at his home. You realize it is not the same guy. So there was no time. In fact, the thing is, it may not work because they didn't have physical time together to get to know each other.
Yeah.
They didn't even meet the families. Unajua at least unapelekwa kwao home. Unaona wanakaaga hivi. Wewe umechukua mtu
uone ile nyungu ya mama yake iko na nyoka.
Umemtoa offline, umemtoa online, unamweka kwa box.
Yes.
Then suddenly you realize everything is offline.
Because they have said that they stayed together for a week, Dr. Jane.
A week. We are talking from Monday to Sunday.
No, that is like ule ilikuwa Simon Makonde.
He was born on a Monday, died on a Sunday. Yani huyu jamaa
was buried on a Sunday.
Alikaa na udem wiki moja akarealize.
I think expectations again. And one thing about before you say I do, state your expectations, both of you. As they are. I'm expecting to get married to you, and this is what I expect from you. And the other partner should say, this is what I also expect in return, so that you don't live by guesswork, but expectations are clearly stated. Then you work towards that. Now, these people didn't even have an expectation. For them, I'm sure, the expectation and their meet were in a different place of
I'd like to know, your WhatsApp ulikuwa unasema nini? For you to convince someone to marry them in a week. Yeah? In 3 months, were you sending each other nudes or something? Anyway, let's check out our question of the day before we take that short break. Just to remind you what we're discussing today, rather. What are some of the things couples should talk about before marriage? What are some of the things couples should talk about before marriage? Aya, hebu tuangalie WhatsApp wadau wanasema vipi. Have you also married your boo after 3 months? I misjudged my girl. This was a result of seeing her WhatsApp chats. Although the facts are, she asks for money from other guys and has one specific guy whom she's involved with on call every night. Well, I can't shake it off because that's not my idea of a lady who loves me. Buddha usichezwe. Hello. So during dating, I told my guy that my parent had a certain asset, but it was a lie. When we got serious, I told him my parents sold it. Now we are seriously dating and have marriage plans in 2 years. He has met my parents. Should I tell him the ownership of the asset was a lie? Morning, I am dating a man who has a baby mama, and all of a sudden the lady appeared and now living with him. He is now requesting me time to sort out issues. Should I move on or give him time? Please, movie, I need advice. Wacha nicheke kidogo hapo. We are taking a break. I can see Dr. Jane is burning to answer that one, but msiende mbali. We'll be right back.